Okay, we're inside Waymo. This is our driver.
You might be curious about why it says Indians welcome Indian land.
Wow, grabe. Ano kaibahan niya sa cloud chowder ng SNR?
You will always be surrounded by true.
Hi guys, I'm Ted and my sister and I are finally here at the iconic Ghirardelli Square here in San Francisco because we are exploring the city for the weekend. Honestly, the last time I was here was 4 years ago, and I'm curious whether San Francisco's most iconic tourist spots are still magical and memorable, or have they become overrated tourist spots? So come explore the city with us for the next 2 days with recommendations from my high school friends Sherry and Rocky, who now live here as locals. And to make things more interesting, we will be rating each spot that we visit, from their vibes to the views, whether they're worth your time and money. And by the end of this vlog, we will tell you our most favorite local spot here in San Francisco. So join us. Our first local spot is of course the Ghirardelli Square, and pagkapasok namin sa kanya, we found out that it's actually more of a commercial square. Obviously, there are stores selling San Francisco's most famous chocolates, founded in 1852, at yun ay ang Ghirardelli chocolate. I think it's a local pride, pero ang ginawa nila is, aside from chocolate shops, parang ginawa na rin nilang mini mall kasi meron ding mga gift shops, may mga restaurants and cafes, may San Francisco Brewing Co. And actually, for me, that's very genius na from a chocolate square, ginawa siyang commercial square kasi yun naman talaga yung history ng Ghirardelli Square. Because I found out from Google that it's actually the first repurposed or reused historic building in San Francisco para hindi siya ma-demolish. So this used to be a textile factory at ngayon nga ay bentahan na siya ng chocolate. Of course, ang pinaka magiging masaya talaga dito ay ang mga bata or ang mga mahilig sa chocolates, because para kang nasa Charlie and the Chocolate Factory dito sa dami ng Ghirardelli chocolates na pagpipilian. At yun na nga, nabudol kami. Bumili kami ng mga chocolates ng Ghirardelli na wala sa Metro Manila. Kaya ito, napabili ako ng mga brands na to. I guess I'll just do a haul later to explain also kung ano yung mga nabili ko sa US. Pero ito yung pinaka-interesting na chocolate na nakita namin. Meron na silang Dubai style na chocolate dito sa Ghirardelli. So, kumuha na rin kami para matikman namin kung ano nga ba ang Dubai chocolate na Ghirardelli style. So, ano nga ba ang rating ko dito? I think this is just a commercial square. You can come here so you can shop for stuff. If you're the shopper kind of traveler, then you should come here to buy pasalubong, because after all, Ghirardelli is San Francisco. So that's a perfect gift for your friends from home. Pero wala ka naman talagang magagawa dito kundi mag-shopping lang at kumain and mag-picture taking, which is what we did. So I guess it's something na pupuntahan mo lang kapag bibili ka ng Ghirardelli chocolates. But to be fair, the vibes here is nice. May magandang overlooking views. Pwede ka rin mag-chill dito at mag-hangout lang. But it's not exactly the place na kailangan mo mag-stay na matagal. Our next iconic San Francisco tourist experience is the Powell Hyde cable car. So nakapila kami ngayon para sumakay sa scenic cable car route na ito. Maganda raw yung views dito. Eventually, pag sumakay ka dito, makikita mo more or less kung ano yung cityscape ng San Francisco. So, it only costs $9 kung single car ride lang. Pero, if you want the whole day experience, you can buy the ticket for $15. Trivia pa na nalaman ko dito, this is the last manually operated cable car system. Kaya, kumbaga, historic siyang sasakyan. Kaya, ayun, excited to ride a cable car. So ayun, we just had a short scenic ride from Hayden Beach to Hayden Lombard Street, riding the largest and oldest operating cable car system in the world. Kaya naman, for me, is it a must-try experience? Definitely yes. I mean, it might just be a cable ride, pero definitely riding a historic cable car, alam mong lumang-luma na siya. 1800s pa siya ginawa. It's something that you can only experience here in San Francisco. And if you have the time, ang pwede mong gawin talaga is yung buong route sakyan mo para talaga makita mo yung buong city. But for now, we are in our next iconic tourist spot here in San Francisco. At yun ay ang world's crookedest street naman. So from the oldest cable car in the world, dito naman tayo sa world's crookedest street, which is the Lombard Street. So nasa taas kami actually ngayon, nandun yung background. Ang gagawin namin ay bababa kami. Pagdating sa baba, doon yung makikita kung gaano siya ka-crooked. But for now, baba muna tayo, Taya.
World's crookedest street.
这是个景点它的地标，知道吧？叫九曲花街。
有趣吗？
哦，它是个弯弯，看它那个中间那个路弯弯，因为它那个坡坡太大了，是哪里坡坡？
Ayan na, pababa na siya sa Crooked Street. Yung coaching yan, habang kami naman ay pababa din using the steps.
来到，我di makai ko ka mabubuhay sa
So, ayun, kabababa lang namin sa Lombard Street, the world's most crooked street. At alam niyo ba kung bakit siya crooked? Kasi nga itong San Francisco, it's a very slopey city. It's either uphill or downhill. So, I think ang nakaisip ng road na to is dahil masyadong steep yung road, mas safe kung gawin siyang crooked kaysa dire-diretsong dadausos yung sasakyan or aakyat yung sasakyan. So, that's Lombard Street. Is it a worthy experience? Well, I guess if it's your first time here, pwede siya. You could just take a picture of it because it's the world's most crooked street. But actually, wala ka talagang ibang gagawin dito kundi mag-picture taking lang. Katulad ng ginawa namin. And ang tip ko pala sa inyo ay magpa-picture kayo mula sa baba, wag sa taas. Kasi pag sa taas, hindi nakikita yung crooked street. Dito sa baba, kitang-kita siya. And if you have a friend na may kotse, I think experience din na talagang bumaba kayo sa world's most crooked street. I think I was able to do it the first time I was here kasi parang dinrive kami ng friend kong si Aisen na by the way yung guide namin din sa Los Angeles nung pumunta kami sa Santa Monica and Venice Beach. So kung hindi nyo pa napanood yung vlog na yon, go to my channel's playlist and watch my Los Angeles vlogs as well. But this is our San Francisco travel vlog, so on to our next iconic spot. So after Lombard, nilakad na lang namin ang Fisherman's Wharf. At alam naman natin ang Fisherman's Wharf ang most iconic waterfront neighborhood dito sa San Francisco. So malayo ang stretch actually ng Fisherman's Wharf. Start siya sa Girardelli Square hanggang Pier 39. But of course, ang sinimulan namin ay yung Fisherman's Wharf na signage because it's so iconic. Nag-take kami ng pictures doon. And then, ang route sana namin ay from the signage, pupunta na kami sa Pier 39 para doon kumain ng lunch and to see the water seals. Pero nakita namin ang Bodin Bakery at nabasa namin na ito ang pinakasikat na bakery for clam chowder dito sa San Francisco. At clam chowder, syempre, ang pinakasikat na soup dito sa San Francisco. Kaya we have to try it. So this is our order in Bodin. Half bowl, half soup, and half sandwich combo which costs $19.48. Okay, so ito ang half soup na clam chowder. At ito naman ang half tender roast beef. Tapos, meron akong half rustic tomato soup on a bread bowl, of course. And 1/2 avocado multigrain. So, that's the prices and that's what we ordered. Now, let's try the clam chowder. Nasa bread bowl siya, you have to request for it if you want the iconic clam chowder in a bread bowl. Habang mainit, try nga natin yung crust ng Uy! Wow! Ang bread, very crispy. Yung makrust siya, pero soft on the inside, pero matigas outside. Right? Fresh. Chewy. Ngayon, kaya with clam chowder, anong kaibahan niya sa clam chowder ng SNR? Alam mo, authentic talaga siya. Kasi yung flavor niya, alam mong fresh from the ocean yung mga clams, puting potatoes, napaka-soft. Pero, as usual, like any Californian dish, mas maalat siya compared sa clam chowder ng Pinas. Okay, I'll try naman the rustic tomato soup. Kasi share lang kami ng kapatid ko. Mmm, creamy. Very creamy siya. More than tomatoey. In fairness, hindi siya ganun kaalat. Sarap. Siguro mas masarap kung i-dip mo tong bread sa soup. Sarap talaga ng ito. Anong part na to? The inner crust. Inner dough, whatever. No. Ngayon, ito yung try ko, yung salad. Ito lang kasi ito yung order ko sa kapatid ko yung isa eh. So meron siyang lettuce, avocado na napakanipis, cheese, tomato, and I guess chicken to. No? Or other meat. Again, the highlight is the bread. Masarap yung bread nila. Kasi yung lahat naman ng mga to ay pwedeng mabili mo sa ibang restaurants eh. I don't feel guilty at all. Parang healthy siya. So anyway, hinihintay na kami ni Cheche at ni Rocky sa Pier 39. So, lunch lang muna kami ng mabilis. And then go na kami sa Pier 39. Sorry, I'm eating while my mouth is full. Kain!
We are now on our way to see the sea lions of Pier 39.
Look at Cherry and Rocky. They're already here in Pier 39. They have a good view of the sea lions. Look at the sea lions. My God. So those are the sea lions of Pier 39. And that ends our exploration of Fisherman's Wharf. Syempre, walking from Bowden to Pier 39, mas marami pa kami nakikita mga more shops. May largest candy store. Of course, we also know this is a working pier. So we see boats. We see a lot of tourists. It's basically a sensory overload. And syempre itong Sea Lions, ang pinaka-authentic na San Francisco experience, I guess, because wala namang ganito sa ibang bansa. And there's probably a reason why they're here. Sabi baka dahil they're being fed or this is one of their pit stops when they swim across the ocean. I don't know. Hindi ko alam tama. But so cool seeing them. Parang baho nila. Para silang dried fish. Tsaka ang ingay. But yun, so that's Fisherman's Wharf. It's actually a very touristy spot. Ang mahal-mahal ng food and mga souvenirs as well. But it's still an authentic San Francisco experience. So you should come here when you're in San Francisco. Fisherman's Wharf equals San Francisco. So Cherry May and Rocky are with us now, and we are on our way to our next stop. Yay! Hi, Che and Rocky! Guys, while waiting for us, Cherry and Rocky went to a coffee shop na robot ang nag-prepare ng coffee. Tingnan nyo naman. So, I guess that's something unique that you can do here in Pier 39. Look for Artly Coffee. Okay? And wait, may additional info din tayo about Sea Lions. The reason why they're here is because, una, protection from the predators. From sharks. Kasi nga maraming tao dito. And of course, the food.
It's a lot of space for them to move.
That's why yung board na yon, nung na-notice siguro ng city council dito or whatever, whoever's in charge of Fisherman's Wharf, nilagyan lang sila ng board at naging tourist attraction. So that's my Sea Lions trivia for you. And that ends my Fisherman's Wharf tour. So we are now here in Twin Peaks. It's a must to come here when you're in San Francisco because it's a free 360-degree panoramic viewpoint of the Bear Area. So nasa taas kami ng mountain and it's called Twin Peak kasi may dalawang identical peaks dito. They're called Eureka Peak and Snow Peak. And yun na nga, ang ganda ng views lalo na on a sunny day. Clear sa day, the Financial District, downtown, the Alcatraz Island. Basically, it's also a good picture-taking spot. Of course, ang pinakamaganda sa lahat, it's for free. You don't have to pay an observatory fee just to see a bird's eye of the city. I think actually, if you come to San Francisco, this can be your first stop so that parang ma-orient kayo. Parang it's a literal visual map of the city. So you can see the districts, the places where you will be going or where you will be exploring. And also, it's very windy. Right now, it's 3 p.m. But it's so chilly and so windy. Kaya sobrang presko. Yun nga lang. Sobrang mahangin. Mahangin. Pero ang saya niya. Nakaka-inspire siya. Wow, inspire. So, that's Twin Peaks for you. So, andito ako ngayon sa Alamo Square at kung nakikita nyo, ang daming mga tao sa likod ko, nakaupo lang at may tinitingnan. And if you're curious kung anong tinitingnan nila, I will show you guys. Ito yung tinitingnan nila. Ito. Hindi itong magjowang to, kundi itong houses sa background ko because these houses are iconic houses. They are called Painted Ladies. They are authentic Victorian houses. And you know what? There were like 48,000 Victorian houses here in San Francisco. Pero nung nagkaroon ng Great Fire or ng Big Fire, naging 10,000 Victorian houses na lang. The Victorian houses became popular during the Gold Rush kasi yung mga mayayaman noon, gusto nilang manggaya sa parang British Victorian type of architecture. Kaya nagkaroon ng maraming Victorian houses dito sa San Francisco. Pero bakit nga ba popular tong Victorian houses na to? It's because they were showcased or they were seen in the opening credits of the sitcom, of the beloved sitcom na Full House. Kung saan doon nagsimula si Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Siguro mas familiar na kayo sa Fuller House than sa Netflix. But yep, if you search on YouTube, sa opening credits ng Full House, you will see these painted ladies, these iconic Victorian houses na tinitingnan ng mga tao ngayon dito sa park. So, cool lang. If you're a pop culture fan, it's so cool because you get to see the houses that were featured in the television sitcom. So is it worth it to come here? If you're after the visuals, if you are a fan of pop culture, then you definitely should come here. But also, if you're not a fan of those, the park is also a cool place to hang out with your friends and lovers. And ano ba nagdi-date dito? At ito, example ng mga lovers na nag-hang out sa Victorian, sa Alamo Square. Yan yun. So yes, I will recommend coming here. Not to momol, but to appreciate the Victorian house. Wow, grabe. So ayun guys, it's really a majestic place. Itong Palace of Fine Arts na actually ginawa to noong 1915 during the Panama Pacific Exposition. In fact, it's the only remaining structure from the 1915 World Fair. So ang architecture daw na to ay Greco-Romanian. At ang pinaka-centerpiece niya ay itong 152-foot rotunda na ang daming colonnades, 'di ba? Ang daming mga statue. In a way, parang siyang cathedral, parang siyang church-like. Kasi nga, yun na nga, yung inspiration is Greco-Roman. But of course, hindi lang naman yung structure na to ang pinupuntahan ng mga tao dito because right outside, there's a park where people can rest, chill, hang out, go on a date, And there's like also a lagoon na may talagang totoong animals and totoong flora and fauna. And of course, there are so many photo spots. In fact, nung pumunta kami dito, ang daming mga nagpapapicture ng mga graduates. Of course, there are also tourists na obviously isa kami doon, kaya nagpa-picture din kami. And then, I advise you to also check out their website kasi sometimes there are musical performances here, stage plays, or I don't know, podcast shootings. Minsan nangyayari yun dito and you should just check out their website. Pero may isang nakakatawang trivia. Kasi pag nakikita nyo yung taas ng structure na to, may mga babaeng naglo-look away. So parang tipong nagtatago sila or parang sad sila kasi daw kulang ng lalaki sa San Francisco. Yun yung joke. Pero joke lang yun kasi of course we all know that San Francisco is also the place of Castro District kung saan nagsimula Pride Club. So sobrang malaki rin yung queer neighborhood dito sa San Francisco. But of course, nandito tayo ngayon sa Palace of Fine Arts and I guess this is a must-do activity when you are in San Francisco. 2 thumbs up, pero pa-picture muna tayo. Picture. See you sa next spot. After spending some time in the Palace of Fine Arts, ayun, pumunta na kami sa Golden Gate Bridge. And guys, talagang nag-drive across the bridge kami. So, wala lang, sobrang iconic siya because you always see the Golden Gate Bridge mula pa pagkabata from TV shows or film. Ang daming mga memorable movies na pinakita yung Golden Gate Bridge, that international orange color ng suspension bridge na nalaman ko ay ginawa lang noong 1937. And it spans 1.7 miles. Grabe. Ang galing-galing. And now we are in Dana Bowers Vista Point. So it's a famous vista point kasi ang daming vista points actually to be able to have your pictures taken na may Golden Gate Bridge sa background. May sa baba, sa taas, sa north side, sa south side. Ito yung pinaka-accessible kasi may parking lot, may bathroom, and then ito may mga telescope sa likod ko. So you can come here so you can get a view of the Golden Gate Bridge and you can also take a picture of yourself with the Golden Gate Bridge in the background. That is this the best viewpoint? Medyo hindi nakikita yung buong bridge kasi straight path lang siya. But it's the most convenient though. So if you just want to take your picture with it in the background, then come here. But if you want that aesthetic shot na kita yung buong stretch, then go to other vista points. And I think we're going to another vista point after this, the Battery Spencer. So let's compare and then I will judge kung ano yung pinaka-better in terms of accessibility, comfort, and of course, the view. Now we're in our second vista point and this is the Marine Highlands Scenic Overlook. So, nag-drive kami ng napakataas sa isang winding road na walang guardrail ang road para pakapunta dito kasi overlooking siya, shooting down siya ng Golden Gate Bridge. Kitang-kita pa nga yung Sutro Tower ng Twin Peaks kung saan doon kami nanggaling kanina. So, for me, mas okay yung view na to kaysa doon sa kanina kasi sobrang direct. But I guess ang advantage yung kanina, mas malapit naman yung Golden Gate Bridge. But ito, kitang-kita yung structure, yung length and distance ng Golden Gate Bridge. Kitang-kita dito sa vista point na ito. Siguro if may maiko-comment ka lang, is hindi kita yung isang, di ba dalawa yan para masuspend? Yung isa lang yung kitang-kita, yung isa natatabunan ng mountain. But otherwise, this is a good overlooking spot. So, yun yung Marine Highlands Scenic Overlook.
Ready for hike?
Yes, let's hike! Kayang-kaya.
So, now we're on our third vista point, yung Battery Spencer. This is the most popular one. Pagka-park mo, medyo short hike muna bago kayo makarating doon. So, we're hiking. Papunta pa lang kami doon, ang ganda na ng view. Ayan. Ayan ang view. Papunta sa Battery Spencer. Kaya siya Battery Spencer kasi former, parang siya, military place kung saan nandito yung mga cannons. Pag madaming cannons kasi battery tawag, di ba? So the cannons used to be here. Kaya
siya Battery Spencer. Pero ngayon, ruins na lang siya at overlooking sa San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. Love it! Ang ganda! This is the perfect spot, guys, for your photo op. Perfect, perfect, perfect! Ayan, oh! Ang ganda! So, ito yung Battery Spencer Vista Point, and for me, it's the best Vista Point kasi malapit ka talaga sa Golden Gate Bridge. Kitang-kita mo yung suspension, kitang-kita mo yung length and distance, at nasa taas ka. So, ang ganda ng view, ang ganda ng sun. Ang kinis-kinis ko ngayon because of the sun. So, punta kayo dito pag sunset na. And medyo mahangin ka lang, guys. So, make sure to bring coat. Among the 3 viewpoints, ang pinaka number 1 raptor is this one. Battery Spencer. Ang galing na Cheche and Rocky. They know everything about the Vista Point. Marami pa to ha. Ito yung mga pinuntahan namin. Ito yung nandito sa side na to. Meron din sa kabilang side, but I think pag sa kabilang side kayo, make sure na hindi hapon kasi para hindi against the light. Right? Kasi ngayon tamang-tama yung ilaw andito sa amin. So this is a must-do activity here in San Francisco, most definitely. Grabe guys, ang ganda dito sa Sausalito. So Sausalito is a seaside city just outside San Francisco. Once you cross the Golden Gate Bridge, konting drive lang, and dito na tayo sa Sausalito. And this is actually a town known for its amazing, breathtaking waterfront views, and may mga historic boathouses din dito na dadaanan namin kanina. And of course, food and dining options by the seaside. So, tingnan nyo, ang daming mga summer houses din dito. Ayan, and then maraming kainan, may somas, may trident. So, basically, if you want to go on a date, like my friends Sherry and Rocky, they always come here to date. Or if you just want to hang out and relax and take a breather from the chaotic scene in San Francisco, you can always come here siguro dito sa Sausalito. But of course, ang sabi nila sa akin, medyo expensive daw dito. So, hindi siya ganun ka-affordable. I guess we're blessed because we have rich friends. But, ang ganda ng vibe. Sobrang, kung hindi lang kami nagmamadali, I can just really sit there in one of the benches and just reflect and meditate. You can actually do that here. So, dito na rin kami magdi-dinner. We're going to eat in a Thai restaurant because we miss Filipino food. If you are making your itinerary sa visit to San Francisco, I suggest you include a day trip to Sausalito pag meron kayong time. We just finished eating Thai dinner. I'm so full. We miss Asian food. Sobrang, I think we over-ordered. We ordered too much. I think this is authentic. Ang owner is really Thai because it really tastes like Thai food. But of course, since treat ko ng friends namin, hindi ko ito masasama sa travel tip kasi mahal siya Hindi siya part ng ano. So, siguro yung tip ko sa inyo. Sana may friends kayo. Yeah, so that's our Sausalito experience. Again, come here. And during summer, you have to buy local ice cream here. That's what they told me. The best selling and the most yummy ice cream here is called La Perts. So, tandaan nyo yan La Perts pag nasa Sausalito. Hi guys! Quick vlog break muna kasi gusto ko lang i-flex sa inyo kung saan kami tumira dito sa San Francisco. At tumira nga kami dito sa The Suites at Fisherman's Wharf. This was booked by our friends Cherry and Rocky. And sobrang ganda ng location guys kasi isa siyang parang condotel where you have all the amenities of a condominium unit. So, pwede kayong magluto dito, meron silang microwave oven, meron silang gas range, pwede kang mag-brew ng coffee dito, may dishwasher, may ref, lahat ng pwede mong gawin at lutuin para makasave ng money andito. At ang laki-laki ng sala, meron ding isang bedroom na may king-size bed at may mga closets din na pwedeng paglagyan ng inyong damit.
may plancha, lahat-lahat na. Of course, the bathroom is also divine. May hot and cold water shower, may sink, may endless supplies of towel. At ang pinaka-okay dito sa The Suites at Fisherman's Wharf, walking distance lang siya sa mga tourist attractions like Ghirardelli Square, Fisherman's Wharf, yung cable car station ng Powell Hyde Line, may Trader Joe's din na malapit, in and out, lahat-lahat na sobrang central siya. Kaya thank you Cherry and Rocky for booking this accommodation for us. Pero guys, meron din akong tips sa inyo kung paano kayo makakabook ng isang place na katulad nito sa murang halaga. At yun ay ang pag-book through Klook using my promo code BOBOROLKLOOK. Pwede niyong gamitin ang aking code sa lahat ng mga hotels and travel accommodations on Klook. Kaya book only on Klook using my promo code BOBOROLKLOOK. Now back to exploring San Francisco. Nakapila kami ngayon for the Alcatraz Island Tour. So, isa yun sa mga iconic spots dito sa San Francisco. Isa siyang island na prison dati. It has been an inspiration to a lot of action movies, including The Rock and Escape from Alcatraz. Pagdating namin dito, dumiretso na kaagad kami dito sa pila because we booked our tickets through Klook and you can get a discount by using my promo code BOBOROLKLOOK. Narinig ko na yung so mamaya, kwento ko sa inyo kung anong meron doon.
Boarding announcement and for following the rules and procedures during your visit to Alcatraz Island today.
Those lead Alcatraz, the topics that the social posting times are posted on Alcatraz projects when standing or moving around the deck.
So pagkadak ng boat sa Alcatraz Island, ayun, merong nag-greet sa amin na isang tao. Inorient lang niya yung lahat ng mga tourists kung ano yung mga do's and don'ts sa Alcatraz at yung mga options if they want to join the guided tour. Kasi free lang din naman yung guided tour. And then, we started walking na. Habang nag-walk kami, may mga nakikita doon yung history ng Alcatraz bago siya naging prison. Nang isa pa siyang military fort. Nandun yung mga ruins na natira pa dito sa island. Tapos, ang napansin ko, ang daming mga plants, ang gaganda ng mga flowers. So, I realized, ngayon pala, national park na rin pala ang touring sa Alcatraz Island. In fact, there's a garden sa island that you can really explore if you're into botany. But of course, kaya kami nandito is because we want to see what's inside the military prison. Kaya dire-diretso na kami sa start ng audio tour. It's an uphill climb, guys. Medyo hihingalin talaga kayo. So, you should be really fit and I guess physically able to walk. But otherwise, okay mag-alala, meron namang tram that can bring people with disabilities or yung manahihirapang umakyat papunta mismo sa start ng prison building. So, pagkapasok sa prison building, you have the option to choose kung anong audio tour yung pipiliin mo. May mga iba't ibang languages, but of course, we chose the English audio tour. And once inside, matatransport ka sa ibang mundo at panahon kung saan meron pang prison dito sa Alcatraz. Grabe, nakaka-amaze. Ang laki-laki ng building, pero ang liit-liit ng mga kwarto. Tapos, pinakita sa amin dun sa tour yung infamous cells ng mga nag-escape from Alcatraz na hanggang ngayon hindi pa alam kung ano talaga nangyari sa kanila. Kasi may hirap pag-escape sa island, guys. Sobrang freezing ng water. So, paano nila ginawa yun? Pero, nakaka-amaze pag pinakinggan nyo yung audio kung paano sila nag-escape. Tapos, pinakita rin doon yung mga recreation yard ng prison, kung paano sila nag-spend time to recreate. And then, pinakita rin doon yung mga botch attempts to escape. Pinarinig sa amin kung anong nangyari, kung ilan yung na-hostage, ilan yung namatay. So basically, trivia about prison life nandun. If you're a fan of like escape movies or prison movies like Shawshank Redemption or The Rock, siguradong mag-enjoy kayo dito kasi sobrang grabe yung trivia. Tapos isang nakakatakot pa na cell doon, yung isolation cell, kung saan yung mga pasaway, doon sila kinukulong. So tama pala talaga yung nasa mga pelikula na yung wala silang sunlight, nandun lang sila. O dyan kayo dahil masyado kayong pasaway. Of course, may mga cells na bukas, so nakakapag-picture taking ng mga turista. And isa na rin kami doon sa mga nagpapapicture taking doon. And then we went also inside the prison library. Tapos pinakita rin yung mga visitation center nila doon. And then there's an exhibition of photographs from the life photographer
na inassign to cover the last day of the penitentiary or the last day of Alcatraz Island. So nandun yung mga pictures na na-recover from him. And then there's also this video na parang Supermax prison video. Kasi Supermax prison pa lang Alcatraz Island. Siguro isa siya sa mga first Supermax prisons. Super sad nga lang kasi under renovation yung dining hall, so hindi namin nakita. And then pagkalabas namin, there are more amazing views. There's a view, an overlooking na makikita mo yung San Francisco, yung skyscrapers, yung Golden Gate Bridge, lahat nakikita. And I'm sure on a clearer day, mas maganda yung view or kung sunset or sunrise, I guess. But ang ganda na nakikita mo yung buong city from Alcatraz. And then, ang daming seagulls. In fact, may nakunan ako nagme-mate na seagull dun sa recreation yard. Nakaka-amaze lang. In fact, may mga pumupunta dito just for bird watching actually sa dami ng birds na nandito. Meron din palang isang wall, nakalimutan kong ikwento sa inyo na pinakita doon yung mga famous criminals from Alcatraz. And I'm sure familiar kayo if you're a fan of cinema kasi yung iba doon, inadapt na yung buhay nila sa pelikula. Like, yun na nga, si Al Capone, yung Scarface, si Birdman, and of course, singer na ngayon, Machine Gun Kelly. Doon pala nanggaling yung pangalan ng singer na Machine Gun Kelly. Isa siya sa mga Alcatraz prisoners. Overall, is it worth the visit here? Is it worth the visit here if you're a fan of history? If you're a fan of those films? If you're a first-time tourist here, I think it's a must. I think it's a must visit destination. Why? Because this is the only prison island in the world. Hindi mo to makikita sa ibang bansa, hindi mo to makikita sa ibang syudad, dito lang sa San Francisco. And yun yung pinaka-qualifier ko if you go to an iconic tourist spot in a city. Kung yung attraction na yon ay doon lang nakikita, then it's a must go. And so for me, you should come here sa Alcatraz Island. And for my last trivia, alam kong nagwo-wonder kayo, bakit tinigil yung Alcatraz Island? Bakit 27 years lang? Kasi this was basically just a rock. So lahat ng mga resources nila dito, from the water to the wastage, to food, to whatever, nanggagaling pa sa main island, lahat tinatransport dito or pinabalik sa island, sa San Francisco. So it was very costly. It was not cost efficient anymore. Kaya naman, tinigilan nila yung Alcatraz Island. Ganun lang siya kasimple. Money issues. And totoo rin naman, pwede namang magkaroon ng prison hindi kinasarili sa island na to. Nakaka-escape pa rin naman yung mga ibang tao. But I guess it's a bygone era and it was just really cool thinking that once upon a time, there was a prison island like Alcatraz.
After Alcatraz, we walked 20 minutes along the waterfront at pumunta kami sa Ferry Building. Ferry Building is actually also a marketplace where they have different shops selling local products. And aside from that, marami ring food options where you can eat lunch or have coffee or dessert and what have you. Pero dito namin piniling mag-lunch and we chose Guts Roadside. So Guts Roadside is a restaurant selling American food. So may mga burgers, and may mga tacos, may mga milkshakes. And ang in-order namin, of course, is their classic cheeseburger. And then Rocky and Sherry told us na masarap din ang mga tacos, particularly yung avocado tacos and the fish asado tacos. Nag-order din sila Cheche ng peanut butter milkshake kasi yun daw yung bestseller dito, pati na rin yung garlic fries. So, kakatapos lang namin mag-lunch sa Guts Roadside. Siyempre, puro chikahan na naman pag-lunch, catching up, tawa-tawa. And then after lunch, we went to Blue Bottle Coffee. Isa siyang coffee shop na ang specialty nila ay mga New Orleans coffee style na drinks. So, I ordered their iced Nola. Yung New Orleans style pala ay medyo creamy and sweet. And then, meron lang itong ice cold milk. So, yun yung iced Nola. Sarap siya, guys. So, right behind me, this is the whole ferry building marketplace. It used to be a ferry terminal, pero they repurposed it and they made it a marketplace. At nakita nyo lang nga, ang daming shops and ang daming restaurants. So, I think it's a must thing to do here in San Francisco. Actually, yung buong waterfront, ang daming activities and ang daming buildings ng iba't ibang activities na pwede nyong gawin dito sa San Francisco. Meron pang ang exploratorium, which I went to like 4 years ago. Isa siyang science museum naman for kids. So yun, so that's the ferry marketplace. Of course,
since it's a tourist spot, medyo mas mahal ang mga prices ng food compared dun sa mga ibang local areas. But pwede nang puntahan if you're trying to save up sa inyong food budget. Yan, ferry, marketplace. Let's go to our next stop. Ang next stop pala namin ay Chinatown, pero Cherry and Rocky want us to experience riding a Waymo. So ano ba yung Waymo? Mamaya, pakita ko sa inyo. So the strategy is parking muna dito sa Ghirardelli and then magbubook ng Waymo to our next Sanfo tourist spot, which is Chinatown. So what is Waymo? Waymo is a driverless car app. Tapos, ayun, electric car siya, right? Electric car siya. Walang driver. Hindi ko alam kung scary or hindi. But we are here in California, so I guess it's a must-do experience kasi walang ganito sa Pinas. So, let's try. That's the Waymo, but that's not our Waymo. Grabe guys, driverless yan. Yan, strategy na kami kung paano yung sakayan sa Waymo. Ako daw yung sa harap. Then ako ang vlogger wannabe. Oh, I thought it's our Waymo. It's not yet our Waymo. Sobrang exciting to guys ha.
A few moments later.
Is this it? Hindi pa rin. Waymo, nasan ka na Waymo? Masyado akong pina-excite na Waymo, guys. Ang dami ng Waymo na dumaan. Wala pa rin siya. Joke. Na-excite. Nakakatakot, no? Pero parang ganun yung future. Driverless. I think this is him. Is he a... It's not yet him. Her. They. Eto na. Eto na. Eto na. Eto na. Hi, Waymo. Waymo, we're here. Come here, Waymo. Okay, we're inside Waymo. This is our driver. Hi, Waymo. We're about to start the ride. I'm going to click now the start ride.
There you go.
Oh my God, guys, look at him. This is so weird, but not everyone is buckled. Here, Waymo really wants us to buckle our seat belts. Ko naman yung mga friends ko, guys, holding hands pa rin habang nagwe-Waymo. Ang bayan. Guys, 6 years married na yung mga yan. Bakit nagpipda pa rin sila sa harap ko? Dahil ba nasa Waymo kami? Waymo, what do you say, Waymo? Yes? Yes, Waymo? Oh my God, uphill! May music pa guys, care of Waymo. Ang bait-bait ni Waymo. I think what I like about Waymo is that hindi mo kailangan mag-small talk sa mga driver. Tahimik lang siya. We are here in Chinatown. Thank you for the ride, Waymo. One word for the Waymo experience. Must dash do. Must do. You have to ride a Waymo when you're in Sanfo. So right now, we are in Ross Alley in Chinatown. This is one of Chinatown's busiest alleyways before noong 1950s hanggang 1990s. So ang daming mga shops dito. But of course, the reason why we're in Chinatown is because we were buying souvenirs na mas affordable. So yun yung tip ko sa inyo. If you go to San Francisco, go to Chinatown to buy souvenirs kasi mas mura dito kaysa sa mga tourist spots in the middle or in the central San Francisco. But, hindi kailangang souvenirs lang yung pupuntahan nyo dito. If we're not full pa from eating kanina, pwede rin kayo kumain dito kasi masasarap yung mga Chinese food and Asian food na nandito sa Chinatown. Just search kung ano yung mga viral spots para malaman nyo kung ano yung masasarap dito. Of course, since dito na rin kami, bibili kami ng cookie, ng fortune cookie sa Golden Gate Fortune Cookies Company. Isa siya sa mga oldest bakery or shops selling fortune cookies. Kasi gusto lang namin malaman kung ano yung fortune namin. So, nandito siya sa Ross Alley and we're on our way to the Golden Gate Fortune Cookies Company. Let's go and find our fortune. Hi guys, so we just bought the fortune cookies from the Golden Gate Fortune Cookie Company established in 1962. Sorry, kumain na ako. Kasi may free samples. Kasi mabait kami. But the one box has 2 cookies, 2 fortune cookies, $4 each. So dalawang binili na box namin kasi apat kami. Mga camera shy lang yung mga kasama ko. But I want to know my fortune, of course. Ano siya? Yeah. So I'll see what my fortune is. Lotto number? May Chinese. Hindi ko alam kung anong ibig sabihin yan. Oh, pakita mo na rin. Alirak. Look at Ano? Read my fortune.
You will always be surrounded by truth.
What's your fortune?
That you will live a long and prosperous life.
Ikaw, Rak, what's your fortune?
More art.
More art in your life? More in your
More
life.
art in your life
This time will help you feel better.
better.
Because you're actually an artist. He was a dancer in high school. So, yeah, it's fun to buy a fortune cookie. My sister can't eat her fortune cookie kasi meron siyang aligner. Pero, ayun. Thank you, Golden Gate. So is it worth it to come here to Chinatown? Of course, it's worth it. Aside from the affordable souvenirs, good food, and you should buy the Golden Gate fortune cookie so you'll know your fortune.
Nasa lobby kami ngayon ng Kimpton Alley Hotel because in this hotel is Abaca. It's a Filipino Californian fusion restaurant na ang chef niya ay, I guess, Filipino-American. Ang pangalan ay Francis Ang. And this restaurant is highly recommended by New York Times and it's also part of the recommendation by Michelin Guide. So, excited ako. As usual, PG, treat by my friends, Sherry and Rocky. Actually, it's Sherry who recommended this place. And actually, I saw this also on YouTube. Kaya na-curious na rin ako. And of course, we miss Filipino food. Kahit fusion pa to. Dahil budget travel vlog to. Hindi ko na sasabihin kung magkano. Dahil for sure, kaya kayo nanood dito. Dahil gusto nyo ng affordable vlog. So excited!
So we're already in Abaca. Like what I told you, it's not a tipid travel tip, but Rocky and Sherry are treating us. I don't think we would be here if not for them. So thank you, Sherry May. But maybe I'll let her explain because I want to enjoy the food. So I won't vlog while we're eating because I want to enjoy the food because we're ordering a 10-course meal. Am I right? We're ordering the paubaya. I'll let Checha explain.
So we opted to do the tasting menu or the paubaya. That way we could get a taste of a whole bunch of what they offer. You could always do a la carte if you want, but for the four of us, because they serve small servings, small plates, so that would mean you have to order like 2 or 3 of each dish. So if you do the paubaya, then you would get a taste of almost everything that they serve here. So it's a better, cheaper option if you want to taste majority of what they serve. There's a whole bunch of fusion, like for instance, they have a kinilaw, but they have their own twist to it. They have crackers, and I think they have the caviar with it too, but with their own twist, and just different Filipino dishes. There's also a Wagyu dumpling with a Filipino twist. A whole bunch of fusion food that we'll be tasting tonight.
And that ends our weekend trip to San Francisco. Overall, it was so much fun and so much memorable because we were with my high school friends, Sherry and Rocky, who made sure that our stay was comfortable and that we went to all the places that we planned to go to. So sobrang thank you talaga kay Cherry and Rocky for guiding us, for hosting us. They paid for our hotels. They drove us to the places na tourist spots. So hindi na namin kailangang magbayad ng transportation. And then they even treated us to dinner. So sobrang grateful ako. Talagang Filipino hospitality at its finest. And Sherry and Rocky, for listening to this, please, kung pumunta kayong QC, akong bahala sa inyo.
akong bala sa inyo, huwag kayong mahiya. Dahil sobrang nakakahiya yung palibre namin sa inyong dalawa. But of course, at sa intro spiel, di ba, nag-promise ako sa inyo, I will tell you kung anong most favorite spot namin sa San Francisco. Bago yung mga sagot ko, yung sister ko muna yung tanongin ko kasi ako yung palagi yung naririnig eh. So, Thea, ano yung pinaka-favorite spot mo sa San Francisco na napuntahan natin this weekend?
Yung Sausalito.
Sausalito! Ayan, congrats Sausalito. Bakit nga ba Sausalito?
Maganda yung place. Walkable siya. Tsaka marami kang pwedeng ma-explore.
Yes, bitin 'di ba? Yung parang kasi we only went there for dinner and then when we walked around the area, pwede talaga siyang gawing day trip or in a way you can really immerse yourself more pa and spend more time there para ma-explore yung Sausalito. Ako naman, yung pinaka-favorite ko talaga ay ang Alcatraz. Kasi for me, like what I told you earlier, pag pumunta ako sa isang lugar, ang pinaka number one qualifier ko for a top tourist spot to go to is the place or experience na hindi mo ma-experience sa ibang lugar. And for me, that's visiting the Alcatraz Island or the former penitentiary or former prison. Kasi wala yun sa ibang lugar. Nasa San Francisco lang. And especially if you're a lover of history and you're also a lover of films kasi napaka-iconic ng location na yun, sigurado magugustuhan niyo yung Alcatraz. Sobrang for me, it's a must go-to place dito sa San Francisco. Ang totoo, I have to be honest, San Francisco now is better than the San Francisco that I visited 4 years ago. In fact, konti lang yung pinuntahan ko that time kasi medyo dangerous yung San Francisco nung panahong yun post-pandemic. Ang daming nangyari, just search Google and search YouTube. So, in a way, I was more than pleasantly surprised sa na-experience ko sa San Francisco ngayon. Kasi originally, sabi ko, baka masyadong tourist trap yung Fisherman's Wharf, yung Pier 39, parang masyado siyang tourist trap for me. Pero nung nakita ko siya ngayon, yung buong waterfront, ang daming activities na pwedeng mangyari na kahit touristy, it's still innately local at hindi rin naman siya dangerous. Parang hindi siya ganun ka rowdy or chaotic. So, okay pa rin. So, yun. That's our San Francisco vlog. Guys, if you wanna know kung anong ginawa ko ng 2022, just check my YouTube channel sa travel vlogs playlist ko. Makikita nyo kung anong pinanggagawa ko doon. And sana this vlog helped guide you sa next trip nyo sa San Francisco. Yun lang po. Till our next travels.